Welcome to the Logiq Series video tutorial volume imaging guide. This video will help provide an introduction to volume imaging and manipulation using an automated or 4D probe. 3D 4D automated probes. 3D 4D transducers automatically sweep through the anatomy of interest with the press of a button. The images acquired are displayed on the monitor as a volume of data. One of the clinical benefits from this technology is that it is less operator dependent and offers the ability to view and measure the coronal plane in addition to the sagittal and transverse planes. Select your 3D probe and appropriate model. Press the 3D 4D button on the operator panel. Then press Static 3D on the touch panel and select Sectional from the visualization drop-down. You can also select a preset for the application. The system defaults to GYN when the GYN model is selected. Adjust the region of interest, or ROI, to capture the desired anatomy of interest to be displayed in the A or acquired plane. Next, adjust the volume angle with the fourth toggle from the left. The volume angle is how far the transducer will travel, or the aperture of the probe. The endocavitary probe will traverse at a total of 120 degrees. Your A plane is your acquired plane, usually sagittal or transverse. Your B plane is 90 degrees or orthogonal to your acquired plane, and your C plane is orthogonal to your A and B planes. When you adjust your volume angle, it affects the volume size in the B and C planes. Limit your volume angle when you only want a small wedge of information rather than the full volume capabilities of the transducer aperture. For example, when acquiring the uterus, you may need the full 120 degrees, but when acquiring an ovary, you may want to drop it down a bit. Next, adjust your B quality as needed. A low B quality is a faster acquisition with lower resolution in the B and C planes. A higher B quality is a slow acquisition with a higher resolution in the B and C planes. You may consider to decrease your B quality for applications like OB or neuro, where the baby could move during the acquisition and you need to capture the information quickly. We have a lot of success with the high 1 setting. It has a slower acquisition with good image quality and a reasonable file size. Be sure to adjust your B quality to meet your clinical needs. With the automated probes, you do not need to worry about adjusting your frame rate as we do with our freehand volume sweeps. Center the transducer and communicate to the patient to limit their movement. You may ask them to hold their breath for a short time during the acquisition. Then press the right trackball key to start the acquisition. The transducer will sweep from right to left in the sagittal plane and from inferior to superior in the transverse plane. Once the acquisition is complete, you will see the 3 orthogonal planes displayed on the monitor. Press the print to save this data. You can manipulate this data at any time, even after the patient has left the exam room. If you would like to render the anatomy, go back to the Static 3D tab and select Render from the visualization drop-down. A green line becomes active when render is selected and shows what will be included when a rendered image is first displayed in the lower right-hand corner of the volume dataset display. If you need to change the rendered direction from, say, front to back to up-down, do this by going to the Render Settings tab and select the up-down from the directional drop-down in the lower left-hand corner of the touch panel. Next, you will want to adjust the size and shape of your region of interest. Adjust the region of interest by selecting the north or top trackball key to resize the box, reposition the image into the render line, or to curve the render line into the anatomy of interest. Render, ROI-size, position, and curve. To adjust the curvature, size, and position of the render line and box, look at the trackball indicator. Selecting Curve will allow the green line at the top of the region of interest to go from a straight line to a curved line. You can roll the trackball to adjust the degree of curvature. This is very useful to match the contour of the endometrium when it's not straight. Then select size and/or position and adjust by rolling the trackball. This can make it easier to center and render your image appropriately. Render versus sectional planes. The sectional planes view is a nice view when you want to manipulate the dataset to visualize all three orthogonal planes simultaneously. Volume manipulation. To manipulate volume data acquired by an automated probe, you can rotate the dataset using the mode function buttons. M-mode will rotate your active reference image around the x-axis. PW mode knob will rotate around the y-axis, and the color flow or CF knob will rotate around the z-axis. You can use the Z-rotation method using only the color flow knob to get coronal images similarly to the described method with freehand volume datasets. Activate the A reference image and rotate until the endometrium is horizontal. Then activate the B reference image and do the same using the color flow or Z rotation knob. Then place the axis dot using the top trackball key in the endometrium or any area of interest. You will see a good representation of the coronal endometrium in the C-plane. If you wish, you can rotate this image to be anatomically correct using the same color flow knob. To translate through the image, use the depth toggle. If you would like to slice tomographically through the anatomy, go back to the Static 3D tab and select TUI from the Visualization dropdown. The tomographic ultrasound image function will allow you to send multiple slices from all three planes quickly and easily. Once you select TUI, select the distance between the slices you wish to send, and select the number of slices you wish to include with the third and fourth toggles below the touchscreen. Once you have the data displayed in the manner you wish to capture and send, you can press the Select All button on the touchscreen and then print. You can also simply print this page for a single image capture of this data. Select additional image planes by changing your reference image selection on the lower right hand of the touchscreen. Select all and print. Consult your applications or sales specialist for any additional information regarding volume imaging protocols.